For today's objective, we are going to define opaque. Wow, opaque is a big, fancy word. So to get into it, first we're going to review what we learned last time. So last time we talked about a different big, fancy word, which was transparent. So we learned that transparent means that light can pass through an object. So anything that you can see through is transparent. We talked about windows being a great example of this, right? We can see through windows. Our light passes through the windows and we can see clear through to the other side. Anything made of glass is going to be transparent or see-through. So our eyeglasses, those are see-through. Our screen protectors, those are see-through. Magnifying glass, those are see-through, right? All of these objects, light can pass through, and therefore we can see through to the other side. So for today's new adjective, the word opaque, I'm going to use a story you've probably heard of before, The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. So let's go through the story. So we've got our first little pig. He builds his house out of straw, and the big bad wolf comes and huffs and puffs and blows it all the way down. And so the little pig runs to the next house. His older brother, his house is made entirely of sticks, entirely of wood. And once again, the big bad wolf comes and blows the house down. And so the two other little pigs, they run into the third house that's made of brick. And hooray, the big bad wolf huffs and he puffs and he cannot blow the house down. So what does this story have to do with science? Well, I thought it was a good way to demonstrate that the different materials that are opaque. So in this story of the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf, we have a house made of straw, a house made of sticks, and a house made of bricks. Now in the story, what made these houses different was that the straw was not that durable. It could not withstand the Big Bad Wolf's huffing and puffing. Same with the sticks, right? The house could not withstand the huffing and puffing. And in the brick house, it was strong enough against the big bad wolf. But what all of these houses have in common is that they are all opaque, which means that the big bad wolf could not see inside these houses and see the little pigs being scared out of their minds, right? Both the brick, the wood, and the straw do not have a light pass through them. They are not see-through. What if we brought in a fourth little pig and he built his house out of glass? So compare these different houses. Yes, glass is probably too strong. It's not going to be blown down by the wolf. But out of all these houses, the glass house is the one the wolf could see through, whereas all these other houses, light could not pass through. You could not see through to the other side. So the way to tell if something is opaque is basically, is it see-through or not? If it is see-through, it's transparent, like this glass house. And if it's not see-through, then it is opaque, like the houses of the Three Little Pigs. And this doesn't just apply to houses. This can apply to any object. Let's compare transparent and opaque again. How about your typical glass of water? I'm pouring water into my glass and I can see the water is right there in front of me. The glass is transparent. And the water's transparent too, actually. I just thought of that. You can see right through the water. But if I'm using a reusable water bottle, this one over here, it's made of metal. And both of these objects have water inside, but one, I can see through it. I can see through the glass and see the liquid inside. So this is transparent. And in the other, there's water inside. You just have to trust me, but I cannot see it it is opaque. So most objects around us are opaque. Just think about any object we use all the time. So down here I have, this is like a metal pan. You see mom and dad, maybe you help them out cooking in the kitchen, okay? If I hold this metal pan up to the light, I'm not going to see through to the other side. It is opaque. Or any of these Legos, maybe you're playing with Legos at home. When I'm building anything out of these Legos, if I hold it up to the light, I don't see right through it. It is not clear, right? It is opaque. It is not see-through. Think about the clothes we wear. All the clothes we put on are opaque. Can you imagine if your clothes were see-through? So embarrassing, right? So clothes are opaque, which means we cannot see through them. So in conclusion, opaque means that light does not pass through. So if an object is opaque, it means it's not see-through. It is the opposite of transparent. So for my final illustration, I have an opaque door or an opaque object, which means it's not see-through. Whereas the transparent door is glass. We can see right through it. So whenever you hear the words transparent or opaque, know that they're opposites. Transparent means see-through, and opaque means it's not see-through. So for today's challenge, I want you to find something in your house that is opaque. Good luck!